Hey there, Dennis here. Soon I'm going to go over my introduction. This video is a very quick guide on goal setting. Now I've compiled quite a bit of information into this. It's not going to be a very long video, but it's going to provide quality information. Now, to gain full control of your life, you must know where you're going. Now most people don't know that or don't do that. With goals, we create our destiny. It's as simple as that. Goals are the driving force that take us through life. But for goals to actually be effective, we must have a big enough why to succeed. Basically, what we need to do is have compelling reasons that drive us forward to do whatever it takes to achieve these goals, to work and dedicate time when it's the hardest to do so. Believe me, I've been through this, I'm going through this. Tough times come and go, and the more problems we solve, the better we become. Excuse me, same thing happens with goals. Goal setting is pretty simple. We set a goal. I want to earn $5,000 extra a quarter. And then how are you going to do it? New bills come in. I don't know, somebody hits your car, your fridge breaks, your computer breaks. These are problems, and these are natural problems that will come. But we need to have this driving force, this big why we want to succeed before we even go. And the reason is pretty simple. It's purpose. The purpose is stronger than the actual outcome because who you become in the process of achieving your goal is actually the real purpose, if that even makes sense. But yeah, I think it does. Now, why do goals work? If you devote consistent focus and work on something, you'll experience it. Basically, as you think you become. And that has been written in religious books, in history books, in personal development books, all the way from Napoleon Hill to Tony Robbins. Setting goals is acknowledging to your conscious and subconscious minds that where you are is not where you want to be. Having a goal creates positive pressure, which is literally necessary to move you forward down that straight line from one X to another X. And let me explain these two X's. The first X is where you are, and the straight line is everything you need to do to achieve that goal, and the next X is achieving the goal. Now what happens on that straight line, which I'll illustrate another time, is everything that needs to happen for you to achieve this goal. But the problem is life, your marriage, your relationships, your work, everything, the markets, they're going to test you. And they're going to be moving you away from this straight line. You need to put positive pressure and have that big purpose inside you to get back to that straight line and keep moving forward. So that's why goals work. Saying something and then just doing it, well, saying something, for example, I want to be a millionaire is easy, but doing things about it is very hard. Becoming a millionaire from your own work or from trading or from whatever, it's not easy, even though it's possible in virtually every single industry. It's just not that easy. So, my name is Dennis, Dennis Popivoda. I've been doing trading, well, I've been involved in trading and working in the financial markets and education for most of my life. I've been doing this for a long time, and this year I decided to go full in with PipsMatter and just go crazy um, in what I'm doing, and that's one of my goals. Soon I'm going to explain this. Now, I run PipsMatter.com. This is a business that's focused on running a traders community, which focuses mainly on using the PipsMatter classic trade setups, but I'm adding a lot of other things into the mix, such as motivation, goal setting, everything. I'm going all out. It's not just about trading. Having a good system is one bit of this huge pyramid that's compiled of so many other things. And you can have the best system in the world, but if you do not have goals to chase, it's all worthless. And if you do not have the motivation, then you're not even going to get out of bed or even try and trade properly. So there's so many things that need to be combined for you to actually become a successful trader. One of the main things is problem solving. We all have many problems in our lives, and one way to resolve these problems is goal setting. Now, I had a lot of ups and downs in my lives. The downs always came from my own mistakes, and I need to take full responsibility for all the problems that I caused in my life or for anybody else. So my goals have helped me to overcome many of these problems, and my goals will help me overcome the future problems. Very quickly, what am I passionate about? I'm most passionate when I'm helping others. That's when I move forward in life. That's what helps me and drives me. So one of my biggest goals right now is to train this year in 2019 at least 300 people in my community to consistently, on a weekly basis, make compounded percentage gain profits. So yeah, Those are my goals. Quick introduction. I have to do it. Now, people aren't lazy. They simply have goals that are not that important. That is the goals that they have goals that don't inspire them. So you need to have big goals in your life. But more importantly, in this video, I'm going to explain more of how you can push yourself forward and how to set good goals and not just write something down and say, well, I want to do this, and then look at it here and there until you scrap it because you haven't achieved it. This video is really going to go all out and give you quite a few very good tips on how you can create goals. So, ironically, we're here on page number or slide number 5, and that is how to create a big why for each goal. I'm going to break this down into 2 points. The first one is write down everything you are gaining from each of your goals. Soon I'm going to explain this, but when you have a goal, you need to know what you're gaining from it. Write down why you're committed to making it a reality. You need to link as many pleasures as possible. And most of all, you need to actually envision the future of having your goals achieved. Basically smell it, see it, feel it, experience it, and you're going to have it. I do something that's called future pacing. I sit down, I have my goals, I write them down every single morning and night. Now it's night, I'm about to write them before I go to sleep. But for example, here's my PipsMatter goal. My PipsMatter community is growing and all of my clients are earning consistently on a weekly basis, which earns me an X amount on a monthly basis. So I want to get reimbursed for what I'm doing. But for me to get reimbursed for what I'm doing, I really need to provide quality, not only service, but education and guidance that yields results on a daily and weekly basis. So what I do is I envision myself having that, okay? And then I look back and I see everything that I do. So that X2X, I imagine being at the end of the second X, the actual goal. And then I look back at that straight line and I see every single thing that I needed to do to achieve this goal. And then I just get on working straight away. Now, point number 2 is write down what it will cost you for not achieving your goal. Soon we're going to speak about both of these things, but this is the basic idea. You need to understand the consequences. You need to add more fire than just motivation. You need to add fear into your goals. So first you write down everything you're gaining. For example, I want to do this. I don't know. Let's say you want to have a nice new car. Let's say it's a Jag. Let's say it's a Porsche, whatever. For me, for example, I'd love to have a Porsche Panamera. That's one of my goals that I really like to achieve. I want to envision myself in that car. How good do I feel? How safe do I feel driving my family in that car? You want to get all the good bits of it, and then you want to write down all the things that will cost you for not reaching your goal. For example, well, you're going to end up driving a, I was about to swear, but pretty bad Lada or something. I don't know, a Yugo from 1974. You need to understand the consequences, or some Mazda Familia from 1997. I don't know, but you need to understand the consequences. So and kind of live through them as well. You want to envision the good stuff and you want to envision the bad stuff. Anyway, moving on to slide number 6. Part of what drives us in our lives is our desire, our hunger, our passion. But being realistic and seeing plus admitting that things are not as good as we want them to be, that creates a drive to make our lives the way we believe they should be and must be. And that's how goals help us, because they are the things that drive our life forward. Many people live without goals, and I meet these people all the time. Even I wasn't serious about my goals many times. I've started businesses, I've done things, and I've had goals, but I didn't take the necessary actions to achieve those goals. So when you set a goal, you need to understand 2 things. The first thing is you're seriously underestimating the time you need to reach that goal. And what's worst of all, number 2, you're underestimating the effort you need to put into achieving that goal. Here's the best way I know of goal setting. I'm going to put this in a few points. List your goals for personal development. Now I'm using personal development as an example. You can put anything else here and soon I'll explain. Now next to each one of those goals, you need to list a few of them. Personal development goals. Read 10 books this year, become this at work, get married, lose 10 pounds or gain 10 pounds, go to the gym, get healthy, quit smoking, whatever, personal goals. You need to list them a lot. Try and list at least 10, 15 personal goals. Next to each goal, write down the date that you want to achieve this goal. But be realistic. Put 1, 3, 5, 10, 20 years down. Once you do that, you need to choose the top 3 personal development goals, and under each one, just 3, and under each one of these, write a paragraph describing why you're committed to achieving this goal this year. Okay, so even if you put 3 or 5, if it's an important goal, your top 3, it's worth achieving those goals this year. It's just the 22nd of January right now. Now, when you're done with this, you want to do, at the end, you want to write down all the consequences of not reaching these goals this year. How will you feel? What will you not have for these goals? Write down all the consequences. Then, when you finish with personal development, do it for things. Buying a new car, moving to a new house, buying a new house, things like this. Also financial goals, and etc. Everything else. And you want to do this. Follow this process. Try it out. Don't just listen to this video and waste your time. Actually do something about it. I promise you, this is a powerful, powerful way to create goals. And it helps a hell of a lot. So, there is only one success. And that success is to be able to spend your life in your own way. You are the only person in this world who can determine your goals. And it's not selfish to write, I want this, and I want that, and I want this, and I need this, and I have this. Okay? So it's not selfish in any way. Your goals are the driving force that drive you in life. They create your destiny. And maybe, hell, if you work hard enough, you can even leave a legacy. Moving on. Slide number 8. And we're about to be finished here. We're going over the tips. The tips. Number 1. For each of your goals, for each of your top goals, write down one action that you can take right away to make initial progress towards achieving this goal. Just one thing. Once you write that one thing, I want you to move to step number 2, and that is to take action right now towards that goal, and then focus on consistency to do something every single day about achieving that goal. And finally, number 3, I messed up here, it says number 2, but it's number 3. You want to do the rocking chair test to help you commit to accomplishing each of these goals. Now, here's what the rocking test is. Imagine yourself being much, much older than you are now. Even if you're 80, imagine yourself being 105. You're sitting down in your rocking chair and you're looking back on your life. There's 2 things you want to do. The first thing is as if you had not achieved your goal. First, you want to do you not achieving those goals. For example, me not buying that Panamera. It's going to suck. Why not? Not taking my family to the Bermudas or to Thailand or to whatever your goals might be. First, imagine not achieving those goals. You're too old to set those goals again. You can't achieve them. You're sitting on that chair. How bad does it feel? You had all the opportunities. You had the time. No matter how many jobs you had, you could have made time to work on those goals, but you didn't. Shame on you. Feel bad, old man, old woman. Feel bad. And then, once you're done feeling bad, what I want you to do is imagine yourself achieving these goals. Basically experience the pain that would follow not doing it, not achieving those goals. And then combine it with the pleasure that would come from actually accomplishing your goal. And then, my friend, you will really see which goals matter to you and which goals don't matter to you. That's it. That's all I've got for you. My name is Dennis, founder of PipsMatter.com. If you're interested in learning more about the markets or even improving your life, because that's what I'm making PipsMatter into. It's a personal development, huge thing. Sorry for the black screen. Let's go back to this. I'm going all out. I want to work on personal development for people, goal setting, everything, motivation, and money making. That's what I'm doing. If you want to do it, I'd love to have you with me. Go on PipsMatter.com and just join the trading room. It's as simple as that. Well, the trading community. Okay, thanks for watching. Good luck with this. Remember, if you do not take action right now, you probably never will. So write those goals down right now. Do not waste your life. Do not waste your time. Leave that legacy. Come on.